Okay, these right here are the rattlesnakes that I killed on the road into the property.
What are you doing?
They were all over the place. It's kind of creepy. Alright, I've been filming with slow motion on, of course. But anyway, I'm down here where I found those rocks and the lanes that kind of followed me in. And see what we can find down in here. I mean, this is a cool place. But then again, I can hear, I don't know what, but something wants to know what we are. It's really quiet right now, and anything that takes a step I can hear. But it's a long ways off. Maybe I'll put the camera on me here in a minute and see if we can see anything behind. This is a cool canyon type thing. I've never been here ever. And it also looks a lot like that area we got charged in. But it's a long ways from that. This is probably 10 miles away or more. Go figure. Jawbone. How many bones have we found? Oh, just probably a deer. This is a really strange place down in here. I feel like I think that was a rock. Okay, probably just hearing things. This is an area that I've never been in, like I was saying. You can tell there's a lot of game in here, a lot. And if I was one of them, well, we all know they follow game. That's the unwritten rule of survival of the fittest. So anyway, I'm gonna try to find a place that I can leave some fruit, or I'm gonna work my way back up where I can maybe run into that other totem pole. I'll cut you back on in a minute. Man, there's a lot of flies out here right now, these biting ones. Ooh, look at that. What in the heck? Well, I wonder, look, there's some kind of a hole in that tree too. It's probably a woodpecker or something, I don't know. It's just really weird. But look at this. I'm gonna leave some fruit here. I mean, I gotta put it up high enough where the deer won't eat it, but that's just really strange to me. Look how this is just, none of it's connected very well. The wind could blow that down. Weird. See, and I mean, look at that tree. Why isn't it on that tree? Why is it just on this tree in this area? Look, that one doesn't have any either. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna put some fruit out and then I'll film it and then we'll go. Okay, you guys want to see something weird? Where is it? There he is. Look, the baby's on that. Can you see her? Look at the babies. Come here. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Oh. Huh. That's crazy. Here's this little structure type thing. There's a weird little rat up there with babies hanging out of her. And then here's where I put the fruit. Right here. These are little tiny peaches that didn't grow. I've never seen peaches that small, but they're good. They aren't apricots, they're peaches, but they just didn't get enough water. Our next door neighbor didn't water his stuff, but anyway, I'll go see what else we can find. That's one thing about having a cabin, is there's a lot of mice, and they, for some reason, like to get inside the wiring. And I rode my four-wheeler up last week, and when I stopped, there was a fat little mouse that jumped out of the car, inside, underneath my seat, jumped out, looked under there, and he'd been chewing on it. Anyway. Ooh. I'll find something here and turn you back on. I just rounded this corner, and look at this. What is that? I mean, look how fresh. You know, all this is weird. These branches are interwoven in here, but they're round. That's weird. And then this. There's a pine cone sitting on 3 rocks, and they've got sticks that looks like to hold the pine cone. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen anything like this ever. So I'm gonna leave the rest of my apples here, and then I'm gonna film myself walking back out of here because I can hear things behind. So I'll do that. But anyway, I just wanted you to see this. I thought this was really, really cool. It was weird but cool. Almost spooky. Okay. I put the apple and those peaches there, and then I put some peaches underneath that. That is so cool. Weird but cool. There's nothing under there. It's not like they used it for anything, really. Weird. Anyway, down here I'm going to flip it around and have you guys watch my back. Alright guys, just going to have you guys watch my back while I go down through here, because I can hear something back there. It's staying far enough away that it hasn't really spooked me. Could be a mountain lion. I highly doubt that, but it could be. I've got a weapon too, so I'm not completely scared, even though I should be. This is really, really, really thick in through here. And even if you saw one, you might see a leg or two, if you're lucky, or a head. This is weird. Look at this mess. This looks like they did something behind me. I mean, look at this mess. Look at all that wood. Those logs. And the ones hanging in that tree. Weird. So anyway, this is a pretty good game trail right through here. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to relocate those trail cams to this location. I guarantee we'd have a better chance of filming a Sasquatch here too, because the other areas are, there's just, it's got that brush that's hard to get through without making noise, and I don't think that's their favorite thing to walk through. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I'm losing my mind, but I know that these long hikes have sure helped with not getting tired as much anymore. But anyway, I'm gonna hike down a little bit further, and then hopefully back to the four-wheeler. There's a branch leaning in that tree. And I don't necessarily think that every branch that's in a tree is sign of Sasquatch or anything. But what I am saying is when they're strategically put in certain places, whether I know what they're for or not, that's a higher intellect. You're not going to see an elk reach down and grab one with his hoof and put it in a tree, or mountain lion or anybody else. So some of it's surely some kind of a hominid anyway. All right, I'm going to turn this off for a little while. Just ran through a spider web. A lot of places have these arrow type structures laid out on the ground. X's. I mean, it's just crazy. So anyway, I walked through a spider web and it just about took my head off. But look at that lean. Completely different. Older. Crazy. I actually think this area would be awesome to come to at night. You'd be able to hear all the way down, all the way back that canyon, all the way back off that mountain range. And I always have high hopes of doing that till it gets dark. And all my strength and desire to come out here at night fades. And I'd never do it alone anyway. It's not gonna happen. This is interesting too, isn't it? It's stuck right here between a juniper and a juniper. It's got some kind of a, I'd still like to know what those mean. I don't know. There's so many of them in a lot of areas. I don't know what they mean. I mean, I try to follow them to see if that works, and it usually does lead to another, but not always. And it's just different. I had a guy that was talking to me about GPS and my locations, and you know, I hadn't even thought of it. Didn't even think about that, but I did GPS them, so that'll make a difference. It'll make it easier, save time. So yeah, input's important. It might seem petty, or it might seem like one of the last things that somebody, or one of the first things that somebody would think of, but just put your two, sure. That's really weird. Both of those are dead. Huh. It's weird. That well, right there looks like something started to build. Some kind of a structure of some kind. This is sure how far I came in here, but obviously plenty far. Catch you back on if I see anything good. Alright. Back in here. Listen. Huh. Weird. Huh. I'll turn it back on a bit. Listen, you hear it? Listen. What is that? Oh. It was close. Anyway, ooh. Not sure where I'm at. Okay. I'm headed into a new area. It's kind of similar to where I found that one totem hole, but I'm quite a bit higher up on that mountain range. So, but I've followed that totem, those markings, to see if I can't figure out if I can find some kind of a home area, maybe a food cave, or a cave they live in or sleep in, or a den type thing. Those are questions that really get me, because they're like us, but they aren't. They don't need blankets and that kind of thing. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. Coming up here, I found this, looks like a den or a blind of some kind. I mean, that's really, the camera makes it too light. It's really not that light in there. It's pretty neat. Anyway, I'll keep going. Okay, see that tree lean through there? That's the second one I've seen. I was talking, I didn't film the first one, but that's the second one. So we might be going in the right direction. Find out soon enough. Birds have all died. Not even a blue jay screaming. All those tracks. It's actually nice out here. It's not freezing cold and there's no wind. So you should be able to hear me. I'm still in the process of trying to find a good microphone that I can use. Look, okay, we're still going that same trail. Isn't that interesting? And something's been digging under that tree right there. Look at that. That's fresh too. Need to look for some tracks right here. This area has a lot of sign in it. A lot. Ooh, it gets my heart pumping. You wouldn't think this would be ideal habitat, but the more I spend out in it, the more perfect it is. Because you don't leave tracks in this crap, hardly ever, unless it's in mud or soft dirt. See, what in the hell? Look how that's been interweaved in there. This is a pine log right here. It's been put in here, and this is right along that same path with those tree leans. I'll come back to you in a minute. A lot of you guys have some really good ideas, and I am going to leave some fruit out here today. If I can find a good place to leave it and see what, and then that way I can come back on Thursday when I'm up here with the electrician. The plumber's in right now doing a bunch of his work, and so he'll be done later today. But anyway, I appreciate everybody's input. I would never be to the point I am as far as ideas and things that might work, and just a lot of different ideas that others have had. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, that might be a deer bed. It may be, but it's awful big. But I wouldn't rule it out. And see, some of these trees are huge too. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of nest. Anyway, so I do appreciate all your input. It means more than you think. Because I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm no expert when it comes to this. And the other thing about these areas like this is there's not many that are, because it's so different than what most people are used to. Most people are used to the aspen and the logs stacked up and tree leans. But in areas like this, you can see through aspen pretty easy, especially if you got higher ground. In this, it wouldn't matter if I'm at the top of this mountain, I still couldn't see down in here. That's why the elk do so well, and the deer. They have nothing to worry about. There's another tree lean right there. That. And just right up against that tree. Okay, I think we're going. I think we are going along the right way. I don't have that feeling of immense doom yet, but there's another lean. So I just think it's important for people to input or to give what they know, because you can take that and apply what you can, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but at least you're going through the process of elimination, and at some point you're going to find something that works. So I'll click you back on here in a minute. There's a tree lean right there too. See? Looks like we're kind of headed in the right direction, or that's some kind of a, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. That's that tree lean right there. kind of cool. Look at that. Look at that. What in the hell? What are these? Somebody's got to tell me. What is that? Look how they hang. They've got things just hanging. I mean, that's really, it's not really very organized stuff. Branches or whatever they're making. It must be some kind of either a sign that this means this here, or maybe there's some young ones that are trying to become artists. I don't know. But anyway, this kind of stuff. There's 2 of these in this area. I was gonna put the fruit on the other one down below, but I don't know if I'll find it. I might just reverse back to this one when I'm done. I'm gonna go hike some more over here and go back and see if I can't find some, like a home range or an area where they've decided to make it their home. But what's weird is this one doesn't have any small branches around the bottom. None. It's all just in one little spot. As a matter of fact, if you're over there, you can't see it till you get right here, which is weird. Anyway, I'll keep going. There's a lean on that tree, but there's no other sticks, just that lean. Huh, that's weird. This is a good game trail right through here. My whole goal today wasn't to come film. I was gonna stop and hike up a ways and then just turn around and come back. And haven't been able to stop yet. I keep thinking around one more bend, I'm gonna find what I'm after. And I don't know, they're in here, I can tell you that. I don't hear any animals of any kind right now, but I don't have that feeling either of being watched. But yeah, I'm sure I've been watched so many times that I probably lost that feeling. Anyway, it's kind of weird how those are just poked in the ground. Anyway, I'll click you back on here in a bit. This is a really neat area. It looks like something has been stacking rocks right down here. The reason I say that is that look, there's that one sitting on there that's not natural. Okay, and see, those don't have anything on them. But then when I go this way too, that one stands out on that rock. See, there's a tree. They haven't put anything on that one. It's probably because the limbs are too short. I don't know. So there's this one, and I'm starting to get that feeling I don't like. I'm going to turn this around.
Living it till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like.
I'm just doing a walkthrough. What's my wife worked out with you on payment?
No idea. Just got a bill yet.
Okay. You have to come back one more time?
Yep, for finish.
Okay.
Call me